Hello and welcome to another one of my random reviews. In this video we'll be taking a look at the 1981 Jaws knockoff, The Last Shark. Set in Florida, a windsurfer has an unfortunate encounter with a great white shark.
One thing's for sure, it wasn't a floating chainsaw.
Which threatens to throw the town's upcoming windsurfing regatta into chaos.
They got a windsurf regatta on Saturday.
I wouldn't bet on it.
But the mayor refuses to call it off.
No damn shark's gonna screw up a whole year's work and planning. We're going ahead with the regatta.
Needless to say, and hilarity ensues. Attempts by locals to kill the beast proved calamitous. Including a hilarious scene where the mayor goes shark fishing with his helicopter. With predictably dire results. I guess he forgot the shark repellent bat spray. And so it's up to local fisherman Ron Hamer and his horror author friend Peter Benton to try and stop it.
He's down there now. I can feel it.
Which proves to be no easy task. Also known as Great White and a plethora of other titles, the film was directed by Italian filmmaker Enzo G. Castellari, who also gave us The Bronx Warriors, and this borrows very heavily from the first two Jaws films.
There's something fishy here. I don't like it.
Most notably, a scene where a news crew tries to capture the shark by attaching a chunk of meat to the end of a pier, which backfires spectacularly. Which apes both the pier scene from Jaws and the entire ending of Jaws 2. Plus you have James Franciscus and Vic Morrow in essentially the same roles as Roy Scheider and Robert Shaw, the latter being a virtual carbon copy of Robert Shaw's Quint character, albeit with a dodgy Irish accent.
Because the great white shark, you cannot scare off. Not this animal. Especially because he's had his taste of human flesh.
The only major difference here being that James Franciscus' character is a horror novelist in this and not a police chief, whose name Peter Benton was a rather cheeky nod to Jaws author Peter Benchley.
Some flash of literary genius. I'd have probably made just as bad coffee.
As a result, the filmmakers were successfully sued for plagiarism by Universal Pictures shortly after the film's US release and were forced to pull it from cinemas.
There's only one shark in this whole world big enough to cause that kind of damage.
It probably didn't help that the film was retitled as a Jaws sequel in some countries either.
The hell it is!
Ironically, this film was itself ripped off by the 1995 film Cruel Jaws, which reused footage from several key scenes and even took footage from Jaws and several other shark-related horror films, which I'll be taking a look at in a future video.
They use little stock footage. Nobody know the difference.
But anyway, as always, whether you'll enjoy this will of course depend on your love of low-budget Italian horrors. Now personally, I loved it, if only for the goofy scenes of the shark bursting from the water. the hilarious special effects, and painfully obvious model scenes. Though that's not to say this is a bad film, of course. There's some great action scenes, some really good underwater photography, and of course you've got a couple of solid leading actors in this, namely the aforementioned James Francis and Vic Morrow, who were both very prolific actors in the 1970s.
Sometimes you can be a real pain in the ass, you know that?
Now the film has been released to disc, in Europe at least, including a very nice UK release from Treasured Films, so it's fairly easy to get hold of.
We're going to bring that king-size killer shark into millions of living rooms.
So if you love low-budget films about nature on the rampage, be sure to check this one out. Thanks for watching. Have you seen The Last Shark? If so, let us know what you thought about it in the comments section. And also be sure to tell us what films you'd like to see me review in a future video. Please consider supporting this channel on Ko-fi or Patreon for early access to videos and exclusive content, as it really helps to keep the lights on round here. Or you can just help the channel simply by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing if you haven't already done so, as that really helps us out in the algorithm. But that's all for now, so until the next review,